I'm trying something new. Just trying to just brush my hair back and gonna let it dry like that. I don't know. It's stupid, but whatever. Sue Pie and Cougar Blue. How are you two doing? Let me go to my YouTube. Let's go, guys.
So thank you so much. In a few minutes of time, guys, we're going to be doing a roll call, as we always do, is calling each and every one of you guys' name to say a special hello and thank you for joining us at the beginning of our live stream. So don't go anywhere. Definitely going to say hi to you as well.
What is happening? All right. YouTube Studio. 22 notifications. The KAVD. Yeah, Dad's live streaming. Let me go to Dad's channel real quick and let him know. Let's go to Dad's stream and steal some viewers. Nope, library. There he is. Thanks for the heads up, Kavid, or David, or Kevid, I don't know how you say that. Chappy is the live. I just went into Dad's stream and said that. So maybe we'll pull some viewers from that. Let me kill the lights here. You can't very well tell scary stories in the light. Chappy wants to tell stories. Anyways, I guess Dad's streaming. And I don't know how long he's been streaming for. But maybe Nathan owes me a couple favors. Oh. So who do we still got here? Let's see. Oh, we're up to 5, I think. I'm not sure. 4, that's good enough. How is everyone doing? Let me turn up my mic some. There we go. Hey, Pip. I can understand if you want to go back to Dad's. Oh, that's Dad's stream making noise. What is up? Oh. Dad needs to do a raid on Chappy's channel. Oh, Dad's singing a song, if you guys want to check that out. Or playing a song and dancing in the back. There's a story here I have. It's called The White Face in the Window. Kidding me? The first time this has ever happened. What is Hope talking about? Oh, I need to go back and tell everybody I'm live. There. Oh, nope. Hang on. Nope. Yep. I am. See if I can call more people live. Let's go to YouTube and grab my link. Gotta do this every day. Let me see here. Close that. Copy link. Nope, that's not how you do that. You go back to my channel. You go to like that. You go to share. And you copy the link. Paste. Tweet. Alright. Oh, I'm not too bad. I got to go to location today for a little bit and help out. That was fun. I read that one already. Hey, what's going on? All right. Well, I've got 2 stories to start us off. I'll let you guys decide. Yeah, read that one also. The House of Disappearances. And read that one. I read quite a few stories yesterday, I think. We've got The White Face in the Window or The Night Spring Cemetery. You guys decide. It's like a choose your own adventure. So one for White Face in the Window and 2 for Night Spring Cemetery. Dad should raid Chappy's. Oops. Anyways, both. We'll do both. Which one do you want first? It's up to you. Dad says, then go watch Chappy after this song. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Oh, I need to shave these things off, I think. I don't know. I still got my mustache, but I shaved all this. No neck beard for me. No m'ladies. Let's do this. I can go to my channel. We're down to 3 people. I'm guessing it's Pip, Ferd, and Cougar. M'ladies. Oh, I just said it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I got rid of the neck beard. I can't do that anymore. Well, since no one decided, Pip sorta did. MLS 83, what's happening? No, we got 5 people in here now. Since no one decided, I'll start off with The White Face in the Window. There's nothing. Leave my bird space for my lips. Miladies. Wow, how bad is that that lag? I'm streaming at the same kilobytes, 2600. Check your notifications window. I don't have any. Good. What is this? Backup cloud on all media. Yeah, white face in the window sounds good. As long as it's not Dad's. Oh, man. Dad's face in the window. I might be able to change that. You ladies got your... You ladies got your Burt's Bees? Mm-hmm. It's good for your lips. I won't say which ones. I can't do that. Sorry. These lips. These lips. Jesus. We're not starting already. I think Ernie's still in the other chat, so I think we're good. Hey, Holly. Oh, man. No. These lips. I totally meant these lips. No, jeez. Someone gave Dad $50. That's awesome. Hi. Don't tell Mom. I'm watching both streams. Okay. This is the story. Ernie's ghost lingers. It does. Unless one of you ladies farted. There's just some things you can't say sexily. And I think, I just think that's one of them. I think one of you ladies farted. I'm feeling goofy today. I'm sorry. I'll cut it out. This is supposed to be... Oh, geez, Dad's dancing. He's pelvic thrusting in my lower periphery, and I can see it. So we'll do that story. If you guys want to read along, you know I stammer and stutter. I try my best, though. God bless my heart. There's one hilarious college humor video on women farting. I'll have to find it and post it. Alright. Last winter, I was walking through a park near my apartment when I came across 5 young boys attempting to smash an object with a hammer. Granted, Chicago children are probably more violent than most, but I'm not used to seeing such things in my particular neighborhood. I jogged over to them, mostly out of curiosity, but also to make sure they weren't torturing some poor squirrel or pigeon or something. If I had known the sort of thing I was about to come in contact with, I probably would have went home and bolted the door. One of the boys was clutching some sort of dark wooden board covered with black paint and holding it arm's length with his face turned away and his eyes closed. A second boy, I remember this one of his friends calling him Peter or Paul, was aggressively prying the hammer out of the hands of the boy who'd been swinging the wooden board moments earlier, while 2 other kids watched without saying a word. In spite of all the hammering and arguing, the surface of the board looked pretty smooth and intact from the angle I was approaching. I put on my toughest adult voice and got the kids to quit yelling and fighting over the hammer, just long enough to ask them what the hell they were trying to do. The boy holding the hammer, Peter or Paul, looked at me straight in the face and said, "We're going to break the devil into 6 pieces and bury him in the woods." I was stunned, but also amused. I figured he had been saying something like this on television and sort of laughed it off as I asked, "So you kids think this plank is the devil?" Peter or Paul was clearly not pleased by the question. It said something along the lines of, "Are you stupid or what? That ain't a plank." As I took my first look at the wooden board up close, I was surprised to see that the entire surface had not been painted with black as I first thought. It was actually hand painted to the point that it nearly covered with the language I wasn't familiar with. It looked vaguely Asian or Middle Eastern. It was entirely alien to me, aside from the upper left and right corners, which displayed very detailed paintings of the sun and moon. In the center of both the sun and the moon were unnerving faces with blank expressions. I also thought about the last detail. It became clear to me that this board was some sort of antique handmade Ouija. Peter or Paul explained to me that his grandfather owned his antique store and was on his deathbed. He had requested that the boy's mother take the board from him and break it into 6 pieces and dispose of it immediately, burying each piece in the woods no less than a mile apart from each other. He would not say why this had to be done, but continuously referred to the board as that wooden devil. When the boy's mother had refused, thinking it ludicrous, as rational person would, the grandfather had enlisted the boy and his friends, given them a store key, and told them the safe combination. I remember the kid telling me he was disappointed. He'd always thought the safe held his grandfather's stash of ancient pirate treasure. Upon grabbing the wooden plank from the safe, however, the boys had run into 2 problems. Firstly, the board was hard as stone, and the best way to break the thing was turning it into a point of argument now that the hammer had failed. The second issue was the woods in Chicago are scarce. The woods large enough for burying these miles apart from each other are even scarcer. Realizing it almost likely not the best idea to get in the way of this group of kids' family issues when a hammer and a wooden slab are involved. I'm reading terribly. I gotta work on this. I figured my best option was to break the thing myself, to make sure the kids didn't get hurt, then be on my way. This proved to be extremely difficult. I remember thinking that the board had to be reinforced with a steel plate or something. I was beating on the thing with the hammer for the 100th time when I remember I had a hacksaw I had brought to remove a broken tree limb 2 years earlier, and had never touched it since. I told the kids to sit tight and jogged back down to my apartment. By the time I got back, it was snowing and the boys were picking up the snow and throwing it at each other in clumps, rather than snowballs. It was unusually mild winter for us last year, and I think this maybe have been the beginning of the only snowstorm we had all year, if I remember correctly. The 5 of them continued to play in the snow as I hacked under the board with my saw. It took an unusually long time, but it worked. When the first piece snapped off, I picked it up and saw the grain where it had been cut unlike anything I'd ever seen before, spiraling in a very distinct pattern that I could still picture in my head. The sustained wood was deep reddish brown. The unstained wood. I try. Oh. When the board was in 6 pieces, Peter or Paul grabbed the corner from the picture of the sun, and he and one of his friends ran a short distance into a wooded area on the edge of the park and buried it about a foot down. As this was going to be, the other boys explained to me that they were planning on spending the day riding the elevated train and taking the pieces to various wooded areas they had come up with. They just needed one more piece to bury. The 6th piece. Oh, they just needed one more place to bury the 6th piece. I really should start reading these beforehand. And yet hadn't come up with any. As it happened to be Sunday, if I recall, I offered to do it on my way to work the next day, and they agreed that that was a good plan. As the 5 of them walked away towards the north, I saw them enter a station for the Blue Line train, and I never saw them again. Later that night, as the snowstorm started to get really bad, I remember thinking that I hoped I hadn't made a mistake by telling them to go off on their own. but a strange adult hanging around with 5 neighborhood kids tends to give people the wrong idea, regardless of whether he's looking out for their safety. Hope they had gotten their tasks finished before the storm had really hit. Here's one of the pieces. I don't know. The corner of the board I had wound up with was the corner with the painting of the moon with a blank expression. I had really planned to bury it. I swear I did. But we all wound up snowed in for the following morning and ended up in the drawer of an end table. I don't know if you've ever been snowed in during a Chicago winter, but this happens. They tend to send these huge monolithic snow plows that push all the snow into the mountains on top of all the parked cars, none of which will be capable of moving an inch for at least 2 days. The day was rather uneventful, but as nightfall approached, I was taken by the eerie notion that someone was watching me through my living room window. I kept glancing forward to expect to see someone peering in at me, despite the fact that I lived on the 3rd floor and my living room window faces the street. After a while, I shook off the notion. I believe I went to sleep around 11. Around 1 a.m., I was awoken by a sound that sounded like a mechanical device humming loudly and assumed it had to be my heater, probably being overworked due to the snowstorm. I stood up and put my ear next to the vent, but the sound wasn't coming from there. I walked into the living room to check the settings on my thermostat, and immediately every hair on my body stood at full attention. The sound was coming from the direction of the living room window. As I turned to look, I caught a ghastly image of a white face with a wide mouth and dark eye sockets on the other side of the glass. I quickly turned on the light and the face disappeared. The mechanical droning noise seemed to recede. Oh, here's the noise. Oh. It's not found anymore. Let me see if I can... Nope. They got rid of the sound. I was going to play the sound for you. I'm going to see if I can find it on the interwebs. Nope. Here's the link, but it no worky. This is I like this one. It's got all sorts of stuff with it. Had it all been in my imagination, I wondered? When I was younger, I once had an episode of sleep paralysis where I witnessed a tree devouring my neighbor's dog through the bedroom window. When I came out of it, the tree was back to normal and the dog was perfectly fine. Had this been something similar? Nevertheless, I hardly slept the rest of the night. I kept thinking I was hearing a deep mechanical drone somewhere in the distance. By the next night, I had regained my wits and fell asleep at my bedtime somewhere around midnight. I awoke once again terrified to the sound of the same mechanical drone as the previous night, but this time much louder. As I sat up in bed, I saw the ghastly white face with sunken eyes on the other side of the window, near the foot of my bed, no more than 3 feet from where I lay sleeping. It had no neck, arms, torso, nothing. It seemed to just float there above the streetlights below, emanating that horrible humming noise. I instinctively grabbed the drapes and pulled them close, but the sound continued. Remembering that I had what had happened last night, I ran to the lights and flipped on the switch. The noise slowly faded, but I was too afraid to open the drapes for the rest of the night. The next morning, I was still unable to get to work due to my car being frozen underneath a 7-foot pile of ice, but I absolutely had to get out of the apartment. I thought that if the face was going to come back, that I would have to be ready for it somehow. I went to a sporting goods store in the neighborhood and purchased a box of ammo for the .22 range pistol I hadn't used in years. Oh, jeez. It wasn't much, but it was better than nothing. I had also bought some caffeine tablets and a bag of coffee. Before nightfall, I set up camp in my living room with the pistol and coffee pot, took one of the caffeine tablets and rigged up a portable audio recorder that I used for work. I don't own a camera, and my cell phone video function had not been working for months, so the best I could do was attempt to snap some photos in the dark with the cell if the face appeared again. It showed itself around 3 in the morning. I was beginning to crash from all the caffeine. When I began to hear the droning sound approach in the distance, I readied my gun in one hand and my cell phone in the other, but the face didn't appear at the window. I began to wonder if perhaps the face was outside my bedroom window. As I snuck through the dark towards the sound, it seemed to get louder. However, as I entered the room, the door slammed and locked behind me, and I heard glass shattering in the living room. Suddenly, the apartment was filled with noises of things being smashed and thrown and torn to pieces. The droning noise was deafeningly loud, and I covered one ear and turned my head away as I clawed at the doorknob with the other hand, but it simply would not open. It was as if the lock had been welded shut. After about 30 seconds of this, I raised my foot and smashed open the door with 2 kicks. Immediately, the crashing in the living room stopped, but the room itself had been completely torn to pieces. As I looked up above the debris at the shattered window, I saw the face one last time, staring at me from the other side of my demolished Venetian blinds. It opened its mouth and exposed a dark, wide cavern that likes which I hope to never see again. And the horrible sound got louder and louder as I snapped a single photograph with my camera and the flash went off. Here's the face. How's that? How do you like that? Then in an instant, the face was gone. All I have to prove to the story is a single blurry photograph and the audio taken by my portable recorder in those few minutes. But the thing about it that disturbs me the most is the corner of the wooden board with the painting and the moon was sitting atop the debris in the exact center of the room. The face had been altered so that the expression was identical to what I had seen in the window pane. With the wide, gaping, cavernous mouth, I buried it in the woods the following morning. Hey, David. So, don't let this face see you. Dave's not here, man. It always feels like someone's watching me. What's up, David? I would throw a sledgehammer through the window, and then it'll get you. So, there's that. Whatever. You know what? I kind of like that story. Hello, Chappy. There's the college humor video. I gotta pause it. No, I gotta watch it on my phone. That's what it is. Let me go back to my chat. Holy crap. Someone just tipped Dad $100. They need to stop giving Dad so much money. Give me money. Why is my phone not charging? Don't tell me my fast charger has quit on me. Nope, it still works. Yeehaw! Wild one, what's happening? I knew we'd see you again. click on the link. What? Why can't I? I can totally click on it. I'll have to copy it. And watch it later. I'll put it there. Oh, it says, oh. There we go. Why girls don't fart. I'll play that later. Then he definitely won't get anything. At least I wasn't waiting around for it to eventually get me. My flight senses are scrambled. And get some pocket money from him. Then he definitely won't get anything. For sure. What? You guys are cray. So my company printed our time cards, but the way they did it, oh, that's, I sort of dig that. What do you think of this? Hang on. Oh, I like those colors. I like the rainbow. Don't judge me. Jeez. How many people we got in here? Oh, hang on. 10 folks. Dang. You said I would be back. I have to clock in for work with my cell phone. I used to have to do that. Anyways, we have these time cards we punch, and it said today was the 26th, and I'm like, today is not the 26th. I know when the 26th is. And they're like, why? I'm like, I turned 37. They're like, oh. Prefity, Chappy? I don't know what that means. Do I have to Google that? Ting tang walla walla bing bing. Ting tang walla walla bing bing. Don't ever make me do that again. I'm no closer to knowing what this word means. Rainbows are just to showcase the visible light spectrum. If we were able to see an infrared and violet, they would probably put it on the flags too. Have you ever thought what it would look like? What things would look like? Prophet-y. Oh. Like the prophet, Chappy. Yeah, I get it. If you could see in like X-ray and ultraviolet, like if you were able to switch between those, it would be super nuts. Oh, did y'all hear that? We'll know if Cougar says something. A rainbow seen from an airplane forms a circle. That is true. They look insane. They looks insane. Oh. Not Spring Cemetery. No thanks, I did acid once. And I could see like that. It wasn't cool. Could you see the Grim Reaper coming for you? Was he the Burt's Bees, man? Just trying to put some Burt's Bees on you because maybe you did too much acid and your lips were chapped. I'm trying to remember my dream last night. It was really trippy. It wasn't a bad dream. It was just really trippy. I keep forgetting to get my soldering iron from my truck. Are you using my name in vain? When I pop my neck? No. Or my arms. How about them? Oh, elbow. Elbows. Hands. Thumb. Knuckles. I'm all loose and limber. Cougar blue, cougar blue. She will get you. What'd you just ooh, David? Elbows? Does that count? James, you don't want her on your bad side. Instead of me visiting you, it'd be Cougar Blue, and she won't use Burt's Bees. What? What? In the butt. You gotta... Oh, y'all ever see that video? I feel like if you haven't, I'm gonna give you... Oh, my Burt's Bees. Oh, yeah, there it is. Nope. Nope. There's what in the butt. It's by Samwell. Good luck, my friends. Wait, Crazy Chicken's alive? Oh, that was on the 20. Wait, Crazy Chicken's alive? Is he? Old video. Yeah. Poor Burt's Bees. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyways, next story. Burt's Bees, good for your lips. Yeah, but what ones though? I totally meant these lips. But since I included ladies in that, it... Jeez. I'll never live that one down. It was good, clean fun, though. This is White Springs Cemetery. If you want to read along, because you know I mess up songs, words, reading, hard. I wonder if I make it bigger, will it help? Of course, the ads don't. Ooh, burpee. Wow, is there water in there? Nope. Where's my Chick-fil-A? There's my Chick-fil-A. Oh, that's better. Heartburn really sucks, guys. Or acid reflux or whatever it is. Chappy needs ad block. Chappy does need ad block. Let's get it. Doesn't it put its own ads up, though? Yeah, John, yeah. I can't say his last name right now. Yeah, he doesn't do funny. I went to adblockplus.org. All right, let's try this. Let's press F5. We'll find out. The same connection there was closer. It is for others. I just used extension browser. I don't know the website. Yeah, this is the website if you guys want it. But hey, Alexander, I hope y'all don't use it when I get monetized. Please don't use it when I get monetized. Let an ad play every now and then. I'd appreciate that. That's funny. Hella good one. Hell good one. Plop. Looking for a story that I had. There we go. Anyways, this is Night Spring Cemetery. An orange sun lowered steadily into the pit of evergreen teeth, valiantly spilling its light upon the Night Spring Cemetery while it still could. If he had noticed middle-aged Simon Wills might find himself grateful for the light, so he might continue overlooking his mother's grave in peace. After all, the cemetery was dangerous after dark. Not for any mysterious reason, mind you. The forest outlying the Night Spring Cemetery was one of the only places wolf sightings have been reported in all of Pennsylvania. Hey, David. You know about the wolves, don't you? Simon jumped at the voice and twisted his body, the intruder with anger. He managed to calm himself as he recognized the kindly old-looking man approaching him with the groundskeeper of the cemetery. He almost got karate'd. He almost chopped that guy's head right off. Is that your first time, Stacy? That's original. That's old school, bud. It's very old. His cold annoyance further melted when he saw the old man raising his hand in an apologetic surrender. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you like that. I assumed my creaky legs would have given me away for a mile. I gave him a New Englander accent, a really bad one. And he's in Pennsylvania, so I don't think they talk like that. I don't know how they talk. Like you and me, maybe? Who knows? That's creepy. The old man laughed and continued to approach, as Simon allowed himself a small grin for the first time all day. For a minute, the groundskeeper stared silently at the grave beside him in solemn reverence. Despite politely declining similar offers from friends and family, Simon appreciated the man's company here. The groundskeeper brought a sense of practiced officiality to Simon's mourning and gave him a reason to stay rooted to the spot. The man even seemed to know the appropriate time to break the silence. I dug this grave, you know. I dig all the graves around here. It keeps my body younger than I really am, he says, eyes winking with pride. It was true, too. Simon knew the man was well into his 80s at least, because he remembered the sight of him as a child. He didn't seem to have aged much in that time. He looked like he's just barely approaching 60. I've had this job for 40 years now. Got it from my father after he died. I must have been about the same age as you when it happened. My name's Jeremy Carter. If you're wondering what to call me, plain Carter does most people just fine. Carter, Simon repeated vaguely. How'd your father pass, if you don't mind asking? No, it's fine. He just got tired of living, I suppose. Probably smoked too much tobacco and buried too many good people. He changed the subject here. I didn't know your mother much. Could recognize her from the passing of town, but I never knew her name or nothing. I heard she was taken by cancer. Yeah, Simon's voice sounded so hollow, and he wondered if that's how it had always been. How it'd always sound from now on. Terrible way to go, Cancer. Wasting by inches. You're tired of hearing this. You've got my sympathies all the same. Carter was right. To the thanks that tumbled out of Simon's mouth, was smoothed from overuse. Word felt like an overworked muscle, raw and lifeless, and Simon wanting nothing more than to hide away from the apologetic well-wishing that demanded response and gave him time to rest until the meeting could be salvaged once more. Simon wanted to talk about his mom to this man. He even managed to push out a forced she before he realized he had no words to follow it, and found his throat dry. Jesus. Somehow the old man seemed to understand this and brought the subject close to his mother. I know your mother always lived there, so I'm right in assuming you grew up in Night Springs too? The question offered direction, and Simon gratefully seized upon it. Yeah, I never knew my dad, so I grew up here alone with my mom. He corrected himself. Well, not alone, you know. There's the whole town, of course, and I used to know just about everybody here. My mom never had another kid or remarried, so it was always just the two of us in the house. Simon paused a moment, reflecting, then realized he needed to speak more properly and convey his mother. It was great, though. My mom was a great woman. The house was small compared to the others, but just fine for the two of us, and my mom worked her ass off. She made sure we always had it, Mr. Anderson, at the bank. Mr. Anderson at the bank. I don't know if he still works there anymore. He wasn't at the funeral today. Mr. Anderson was always good enough to give my mom an extension on the loan if she needed it. He helped out a lot when I was going through college. My mom had 2 jobs back then, so I wouldn't have to do work myself, and I could focus on my education. Got a business degree, and then went to law school, and later became a lawyer, working out of Chicago. I stopped seeing her in the town so much since then. I tried to come back for the holidays, you know. Something started coming up, and I missed more and more than I should have ever allowed. I was crushed when I found out my mom had cancer. Tried to get her to move in with me, to get her better medical care, you know. But she was dead set on staying in Night Springs. She always loved this town. I couldn't wait to go to college, but she was happy living here. I thought of moving closer, of course, but I just couldn't abandon all the clients in practice. And my mom insisted Debbie next door was taking good care of her. They were always like sisters to each other. I offered to pay Debbie as a nurse, but she wouldn't hear of it, you know, how people are in this town. Awesome, Hope. The 2 men grinned and shared their understanding for a moment. The sun was nowhere to be seen now. You could make out a strange lingering in the light right at the edge of the horizon, but not more than that. It was getting dark. She fought it for a while. I am very proud of her. 7 months later, though, that was it. I visited a lot in that time, at least a dozen times, though never more than a weekend. Still, I just figured she'd pull through it somehow. I never let myself consider that she might actually go like this until the last couple weeks. Simon realized he was finishing. The man clasped him on the shoulder and said, "You were a good son. I talked to Deb, you know, and she told me all your mom do is talk about you and how hard you were trying. She's very proud of you." Simon didn't cry, but he couldn't speak after. A long pause, then Carter broke the silence once more. Well, I best be leaving now. A gravekeeper's work is always plentiful. You best be getting back too. They howl up a storm some nights, but I never really know the wolves to actually attack anyone unprovoked. There ain't no lights around here, though. You best be careful if you want to avoid cracking your head on someone's grave. Thanks. I'll be heading out soon. If it's okay, I think I might stay for a few minutes. Carter patted the man's shoulder one last time and said, "Of course, son." With that, he drifted away through the moonless night, leaving Simon to mourn his mother in solitude once more. Simon was good to his word. He waited a few minutes. He thought some final words of his mother, hoping she would hear them, wherever she was. He tried to remember every time they'd ever had together, and did his best to press out the intruding images of his sickly mother wasting away on her deathbed. He was just about to leave when he heard the scream. A howl was just heard moments before, then a quick shout followed by agonizing screams of a voice recognized. "Mr. Carter!" he shouted, running in the direction of the scream as they grew more frenzied. It didn't take long for the small black headstone to trip him up, sending him hurtling into a freshly dug grave. Simon Wills died instantly. Only 50 paces away, shrouded in darkness, the old man tossed his dog a treat. His throat was a bit raw from screaming, but he made sure to say "good boy" to his pet wolf for acting on cue. Slowly and methodically, Jeremy Carter made his way through the labyrinth of graves and finally approached the one he just finished an hour ago. He had filled the bottom with wooden spikes about 3 feet tall, placed every 6 inches or so. He shook his head in mild amusement, or disappointment, as he peered at the body, punctured and bloody. He was a good kid, he thought. He almost wanted him to just run and save himself. A strange thought for Carter. Maybe he had buried too many good people, too. Still, he drank deeply from the energy leaving the man's body and moaned in relief as his ailing joints seemed to strengthen somewhat. Maybe he would call it quits soon, but his father was only 120 when he passed and was determined to make it a bit longer than that. Besides, a gravekeeper's work is always plentiful. The wolf howled into the night as Jeremy Carter set out, filling the hole he made in the earth. Well, that got pretty violent. That escalated quickly. Like all this reverence about his mom in the last paragraph. Yep, he tripped and fell into spikes. Womp, womp, womp. How are you guys doing? Is Dad still streaming? Jesus. Anyways, how many people we got in here? We got 8 people. Right on. This is the first time I bought one. Haven't played once. We're off $10. Nice. How'd y'all like that one? Was that one okay? Not gonna lie to you. This ad block plus is pretty good. It stopped 26 ads. $51 in total. The Book of the Ravenous will not be heard tonight because it's 20 minutes long. Hamburgers on me. Sweet. Was good. Oh, Cougar, I got that book. The, what's it called? Shadow on the Stairs. I'm about halfway through it. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good book. Got the Audible version. They have a British guy doing it. Hey, Bridget. How you doing? Steamed hams since I'm in Albany. Sorry, I wanted to finish the dad stream in case something happened. Oh, is the dad stream over now? Oh. It just finished. I was like just looking at it. Anything new happen? Pretty much no. Dad's got the same MO he always has. People go nuts tipping that guy. I used to go nuts tipping that guy. Well, he didn't even really sing him. He just kind of hit play. Yeah, lots of big donations. Yeah, I was calling out some of the bigger ones on this channel when I saw them. I mean, that's awesome for Dad. We got 10 people in here. That's awesome for me. I want a snack, but what do I want? I got chips. Double Crunch Hot Wings. Oh yeah, I already got heartburn. Chappy. Look up the YouTube video, Drinking Beer and Smoking Cigarettes. It's a chubby white guy with glasses singing It's Funny. Nope. Dang hair. It's John LaJoie, I believe. Just came to me. Hey, we got 11 people in here. Hi, 11 people. Did Ernie ever make it in? Yep, time for a gummy bear. I didn't like those chips. Gummy bear, anyone? Hey, Civ. You gonna stick around for a while? I think I got all clear ones. Seriously. What are they thinking? Are they smoking crack? I got one red one, an orange one, and 3 yellow ones. I got like a freaking boy band of gummy bears. Hi, Chappy. 11 people standing behind Chappy. They don't talk. Yes, Civ will stay. I'm back. Civ, what's good, Bubba? Someone died where you live. Hope I don't want to bum you out, but people always die. Everybody dies eventually. But more people are being born than people are dying, I'll tell you that for sure. Sad stuff. Got some sour diesel tonight. It's stinky. Sorry to hear that. That they do, says Bridget. That they do. Like, seriously. 2 apartments down, a building, and a building, an apartment, and then the next apartment. Lady was shot and dismembered. Population is too high. Oh, that's right. Chills. This is 2 minutes long. I'll do this one and then take a quick break. I know people are just joining us, but we've been going for about an hour. I'm praying for a meteor to strike Earth. I don't want to die from a meteor. I see the population isn't high enough. David, I say that you smoke too much weed. This is called chills. I'm praying for nukes. Oh, hell no. These damn chills, I don't remember when they started. I just remember having them. Always having them. They're the reason why they're a reason why I wear layers, even in summer. Why I sleep in so many blankets. Why when I'm told to turn the heat down because the temperature of the room rivals a sauna, I never can. I tried to figure out the pattern to them to see if they were triggered, but I soon gave up. They didn't come in intervals. They didn't come on certain days or hours. They just came. It didn't matter what I was doing either. Even in my sleep, the chills came and woke me up. Oh yes, my parents pulled the usual, maybe the doctor can help. Well, at least he tried. Everyone could tell me when they happened. I'd shiver, maybe twitch. Sometimes I'd jolt. Kind of like a spasm. But it's never, ever brief. But it's only ever brief, but ever so obvious that I just had a chill. The most annoying thing about the chill is that they don't feel like chills. Oh, I've been cold before. I've felt the need to cross my arms around my chest and hold on to the warmth that was available as the cold seeped into my core. They don't feel like that, no. If anything, they feel like stroking. One long, bony, smooth, icy cold, almost metallic-like finger stroking down my spine in a mocking show of affection. It's what they feel like, and sometimes they feel like more. Maybe something is breathing down my neck or a chest pressed against my back. And I'll quickly turn to look, but there's never anything there but the chills. The chills are there, tauntingly gentle, driving me insane. Because if the chills are always here, out of sight but always near. I think they should at least let the non-violent drug criminals go. Like people housed for life for weed crimes. Anyways, guys, we're going to take a quick break. I know a lot of you just got here, but we're an hour and 7 minutes into the stories. And I would like to take a quick break. In Chappy we trust. Oh, jeez. Watch me get a bunch of subscribers and then I get somehow elected as president and won't know what to do. That's right. I don't want videos. I've blocked 133 ads so far. Chappy streams are the best. There's something. One last story. The Ringing. The new hip cult leader. I won't make you drink Kool-Aid. You'll have to smoke a cigarette or something. Or do a shot, I don't know. But it won't kill you. You know that ringing sound that you'll perceive when it's very quiet? Some people say that's auditory illusion brought on by the ear's inability to detect frequencies below the threshold of human sense. This is completely wrong. The ringing covers up something else altogether. If you are quick, patient, and maybe a little lucky, you will be able to hear past the ringing. You'll be able to hear voices whispering to each other. They will silence themselves quickly, but with practice you will become more adept at catching and interrupting what they are saying. You will hear things of the past, the present, and the future. However, you must be careful, because there's no such thing as a voice without a body. And when you start noticing them, they will start noticing you. I like that one. As I start getting the boot noise in my ear, that's wonderful. Tendinitis is a son of a biatch. Anyways, we're going to go on hold for a moment. I'm going to turn the music up. Maybe turn it down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. trying to work out how putting an old VHS music video. Trying to work out putting an old VHS music video I made when I was 16 on YouTube. You have to get a video capture device. I can link one. Yeah, here's the best one right here. El Gato. Pick a charity. The band is called Driven By. Well, that tried to load his website. Kill the Locals? Is that what it's called? Breaking, Drown, Capsize, and Plagued. Here's the link if you guys want it. Got my popcorn, I'm ready. What's happening, Shannon? We're gonna play. I wanna hear this. I gotta pause the other music. I wanna hear this. No? Oh. Oh, come on. I'm having a hard time here. Let me download it. It's downloaded. Is it? Chappy. Go Fish, what's up? Check out track 4. Well, I'm going to download the whole thing because it's free on the interwebs. Oh, and there's JPEGs. Thank you for taking your time to listen. Anyone who had or ever has a band, thank you and good luck. We'd also like to thank the following bands for the friendship and inspiration. There's a lot of bands there. That's a penis. I'm just kidding. And the cover. Well, guys, here's the music I'm going to be playing. Try this again. Oh, I know how to do this. Let me extract them. Extract all. Extract. And we're going to put the image right. It's in the downloads. That is way too big. And then we'll put a little text. How's that, Civ? And we're going to put you into the mix with the creepy music. Hope that works. Hope you guys like the music. I should probably also add Crip6's music, because he has an awesome band also. And if you guys know any local bands that want me to promote their music, any kind of music that, you know, like rock or rap or whatever, we can put it on the channel. Maybe Chappy should make a scary story. I've been thinking about it, but it's, the heck is wrong with my charger? Worked that time. Did not work that time. It's not working. What the crap, man? There it goes. Fast charger. Go, fast charger, go. Is that what you mean? Giggity, giggity. Some 9 Inch Nails. You let me violate you. I love that song. I actually like Hurt, or Head Like a Hole's a good one. Trying to keep my hair all back. I don't know how it's going to do with the creepy music, but I don't care. Civ provided us music. I'm off to bed now. It's 2:30, and I'm kind of tired. Oh, I know what that means. That's lady code for I'm fed up with you, and I'm mad. Chappy. It's about 30-foot drift locally of snow during this winter snowstorm. Sleepy, sleepy. Looks like some wild version of Charles 2 today with your curly curls. I don't know what that means. Night, sleep well, Ferg. Yes, sleep well. Sorry if I made you angry. I mean, I don't know. I know. I turn 37 tomorrow. I'm not still fully sure how women work, but I'm pretty sure that's code. No. You can never get mad at the Burt's Bees. I'll be by later to get you. Charles II. Oh. Hit me. I like the pain. Happy birthday, Chappy. Well, tomorrow. So not yet. We're a little premature. This song is called Plagued. This is by Driving By. No, it's not. It's by... Yeah, it is Driving By, isn't it? Say that right? Driving By? Is that the band? HDB, boy. Driving. Oh, okay. You give me a link to Driving By. Charles II. Oh, I finished your card, Chappy. Awesome. I look forward to seeing it. We're not doing that story. It's way too long. I'll lose y'all. I think I lose y'all in the 5-minute story sometimes. Just because I'm not good at the reading. I'm gonna get better, though. Flames of the past. Pew, pew, pew. Error establishing a base connection. Seriously? You trying to tell me I don't have interwebs? Because I paid my almost $100 getting more Chappy in our lives. Not gonna lie to you, I think that's a grand idea. There's a video of the link that I just posted. Enjoy it. Silly and funny at the same time. Educational. Horrible Stories song. I will. You've posted. Oh, look at that guy. Charles II. King of Bling. Burt's Bees. Hee hee. I will. I'll watch that and Girls Farting. Be back later. Oh yeah, that's definitely code. Of what? I'll never say because I'm a gentleman. Say Bridget. That's actually Prevolution's voice. Y'all didn't know that. But whenever he talks, he just talks like this. I don't know if y'all know that or not. KK, now I'm really off to bed. Night, everyone. See you later. Hee hee. Bridgie Widgie. Really, David? Davy Wavy? You like that? This story's called Flames of the Past. Oh, that really creeped me out. I just saw like a thing of hair like in my periphery, and I knew all my hair was like back here, and I looked and in an hour, of course I'll be streaming in an hour. That only put me at 2.5 hours. You guys know I go for the marathon. Anyways, this is Flames of the Past. Deaths, murders, and disappearances, locations, and sites. At age 10, I wasn't quite as developed as a lot of people were when it came to their sense of fantasy versus reality. I was all about fantasy. I didn't care about anything else. Every day I would play Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! On the playground with my closest friends while other kids played sports and ran around in the jungle gym. Bullies would always call me a baby because I liked my cards like they were real. I talked to my cards like they were real. Awesome. Ice cream sandwiches on hope. I didn't care who saw me do it either. I was an average freak to them. And nothing more. Not too good after our recent conversation, I'm afraid. Oh, Prevolution. What's wrong, buddy? I heard dull stories every day while listening to people who bullied me. Seeing as they always managed to be seated around me, I would block out anything that didn't seem like it was worth my time. Near the end of my 5th grade year, I heard a story about something that the kids called the dungeon. It was supposedly a place that was located near an old art room. The people said that if you opened the circular door in that room, you would be sucked down into a room with bright lights and construction equipment. Then you would be gagged and blindfolded. You would start to fall asleep. Upon waking, you would find yourself in the nurse's office covered in dirt. And you would be told that you fell off the jungle gym outside and hit your head. It had supposedly happened to 2 of my classmates / bullies, Kevin and Dustin. They didn't want to tell anyone besides their friends because of how scared they were. I knew the exact room they were talking about, seeing as I was a very advanced art student. My teacher's secondary classroom for his honor students was right next to this room. I had always found that room odd because it was plain concrete. The door to it was broken off the hinges, In the middle of the room was a circular shaft with a metal dome on top. The dome had a wheel on it, and the domed shaft as a whole reminded me of a submarine hull. I was curious, so during my after-school art class, I asked Mr. Basler if I could go to the restroom. Of course he said yes, and as soon as I was out of the art room, I snuck into the dull room next door. I walked over to the shaft and twisted the wheel that was atop it. Sure enough, it looked like a submarine hull, and the door swung open on the hinge. I looked down into the hatch, immediately saw the ladder that allowed me to climb down. I'd been sucked in like those bullies had said, so I wasn't scared at all. I climbed down the ladder quickly yet quietly, and soon found myself standing in a well-lit dirt room. The room had chunks of concrete and huge mounds of dirt littering it, and I soon saw the construction equipment that the two bullies had been talking about. Jackhammers, shovels, spools of heavy wire, pickaxes, and even a variety of saws. I was starting to get scared. I asked myself why all this stuff was here, why the place looked nothing like a construction site. I found my answer as I crept over to the large holes that I saw on the ground. Down in the center of the hole was an ancient-looking coffin. The lid had been sawed off. I could see a bleached white skeleton inside, and I started to cry. Why the hell was all this here? Why these dead people were being dug up? What's going on in the chat? Whatever. I'll deal with y'all in a second. I decided that this was no time for questions and I wanted to be out of this place ASAP as possible. I just added the whatever. I turned around to leave and I felt something hit me hard on the back of the head and I collapsed. I guess whoever hit me thought I was unconscious because they started to talk to themselves. I heard a man say, "Damn kids, this is the third one this month that made his way down here. I need to have Todd buy a new door for the cover room." I soon felt my body being lifted and a man placed me into his back, climbed up the ladder. I could see the gray hair all over the place. I came to realize that this man was Ray, the oldest of the school janitors. By the way, but why would he do this to me? I was one of his favorite kids in the school. I talked to him since the first grade. Why is he doing this all of a sudden? As Ray got to the top of the ladder, he threw my body upwards a little. I fell onto the dull concrete room. He climbed up afterwards and I heard him say, "Stupid little shit." Didn't even have the courtesy to close the hatch. As he slammed the hatch shut, I was carried up to the basement steps and then halfway across the first floor to the nurse's office. As we entered, Nurse Janet let out a whimper and said, "Oh, the other guy. Oh, the poor guy. Another one fell off the jungle gym. What part did he fall off of?" Ray replied, "I'm not exactly sure, but he hit his head hard." He proceeded to throw me into the patient's bed gently. It's an oxymoron. He left the room without another word. When I opened my eyes, fully about 15 minutes later, I thought that I deserved an award for portraying an unconscious child so well. Now it was almost 3 o'clock, which would mean that my mom would be at the school soon to pick me up. I asked Nurse Janet what had happened. She told me exactly what Ray had told her. It seemed as though she didn't know what was underground, but I didn't want to take any chances. I told her my mom was probably waiting outside for me, and she told me that I could leave. So I did just that. Whenever I got to my mom's car, I got in and immediately started crying. When I told her what I had seen and what had happened to me, she was furious. She threw out a huge amount of curse words and then did something that I rarely ever saw her do. She pulled out her cell phone and she called Dad. She told him to get to the school and make sure that he had a firearm concealed on him, just in case. This scared me a little, so I said, "Mommy, Dad isn't going to hurt anyone, is he?" She smiled at me and said, "No, not unless they try to hurt one of us first." I trusted her when she said that, seeing as she was an amazingly nice woman. Was an amazingly nice woman. Is? Jeez. My dad was an ex-cop who anyone could trust. I knew she was telling me the truth. So when she asked me to come into school with her, I grabbed her hand and followed her. Upon arriving in the principal's office, she told me to wait outside because she didn't want me to hear any more curse words. And she was about to throw everyone in the book at the principal. That's what it says. I don't get that. Oh, the curtain. Never mind. I get it. I waited outside the door as she went in. Soon my dad was there, and he went into the rooms too. My parents came out about 25 minutes later. My mom walked out. She turned around and said one last thing to the principal. I hope you enjoy being principal here while you could, because the police are going to have a field day with this. Oh, geez. Now they're saying dad. A few moments later, after Dustin, Kevin, and I got our statements to the police, over half the teachers and staff of my school were having criminal charges filed against them. Turns out that over 30 members of the faculty had been in this underground ordeal. They had all lost their jobs as well as their freedom in the end. The reason for the secret room and the underground site was an interesting one. During a battle that happened in the area of the school directly before the Civil War, a rich family had killed all of their slaves, 83 in total, and set their own house aflame. Before burning their house down, they buried all the riches with the dead slaves so they could give them something nice that they didn't have to steal. Please note, I'm not a racist. This was the exact quote that they gave to a neighbor that had come to see them before their house was burned down. When these people were done with the burial of their slaves, as well as their riches, they went to the kitchen of the house and ate dinner. As they were eating, the house went up in smoke and all the people inside were burned to death. The rumor was that the family burned themselves alive on purpose so they could atone for their sins. Why they killed their slaves was never known. But clicking on stuff. Gotta find where I was at. Atone for their sins when they killed their slaves was unknown. But the townsfolk took it upon themselves to unbury the dead slaves and rebury them all properly. All 83 were buried in separate coffins, and on top of all of the coffins, the townsfolk had scattered the remains of the dead rich family. A tombstone was placed there and said, "Here lies 83 people and 5 demons. The burn of hell is stronger than that of a mere flame." When all the people were reburied, the riches of the dead family were left in the 83 coffins as a sign of respect for the dead. That's what the faculty was after. Without knowing it, the school had been placed upon the burial site. When the principal found out about its possibilities, he took it upon himself to secretly excavate the area underneath the school. When the teachers found out, they went in immediately. The principal had already collected a large amount of gold and silver jewelry from 2 coffins that he managed to dig up. After the incident was over and done with, the city poured a hole in the concrete room, filled it full of concrete, hoping to seal the hole for eternity. My old elementary school was now an old burned-out building. About a month after the burial chamber had been sealed, a fire started in the cafeteria, while the janitors were cleaning the schools. Reports from all 3 janitors were that were there say the same thing. A fire had started for some reason in the southwest corner of the room, closest to the basement. When me and my coworkers went out to water the kitchen so we could stop the fire, we started to hear laughter coming from the cafeteria. So we ran in as fast as we could, and our legs would carry us because we thought a kid was burning in that room. We ran in and we saw a group of people sitting at a burning table in the southwest corner. When we all yelled at them to get away, the woman at the head of the table looked at us and smiled. Then the table and everyone just went up in a huge pillar of fire. We all ran like hell. And as soon as we were outside, we used a payphone to call 911. We were all pretty shaken up about seeing 5 people go up in flames. And our workplace was on fire. None of us knew what else to do, so we just cried. No bodies were recovered from the scene. But when the table in the southwest corner of the building was found, it had a very old china and silverware sitting perfect placement for a 5-person meal. There were places on some of the handles of the silverware that weren't charred, almost as if someone was holding it while it was being burned. This story goes out to all those people that always thought that something was creepy about their school. This story is 100% authentic, but I will not reveal where the event occurred at, due to the fact that I don't want to tarnish the name of my hometown any more than it's already been. I liked it. Y'all like that one? Wasn't so creepy. We got 12 people in here. Hi, 12 people. I don't know who you are. I know who some of yous are. It's messed up throwing the murdered bones on top of the victims. I guess. Alexander, I don't know. How you doing? I think this is the first time, I modded you, so you've been in here before. Great read, my man. Do that. Next story. What if that was my voice? Just, hi guys, how y'all doing? But what if the Burt's Bees voice is my real voice? Just do some Burt's Bees just on the lips, just like that. Yes! Shannon. How did you guys find me? I don't remember. What if I took a whole ton of weed and dropped it on the sun? Would everybody on the planet get high? David, that's not... Wait. Can so... Oh, David. Oh. I know you're joking. I hope you're joking. Tee-hee. That's not how any of this works, David. That was my reaction too. My other band kind of fits your channel better. It's like doom metal experimental stuff. Well, give it to me, bud. I'll add that too. World's largest bee spotted for the first time in decades. Holy crap, look at this thing. How does that make you feel? Because that's roughly the size of a bee. And that other one's like this big. That's... yeah. Okay, hold on. We have 14 people now. We're gaining people. Yeah, yikes. Oh, did that music stop? It sure did. We got back to the creepy music. Burt's Bees, tee-hee. Let's see where it's at. It was absolutely breathtaking to see a flying bulldog of an insect that we weren't sure existed anymore, to have real proof right in front of us in the wild. I just imagine that's how the guy sounded. Indonesia. Not going there. Ready to see your card, Chappy? Heck yeah. Exactly, Pip. Why? But if it's a bee, bees are good, except for African honeybees. There's 16 people in here now. Jeez Louise, what's happening? Be yourself. David, don't be yourself. Okay, I gotta stop doing this with my hair. There we go, that's a little better. Now I can't see. I think Civ is... I'm 2 people, though. You're just a busy bee. Aw. That's... Oh, that stinks. Oh, and now we're going to get all the B puns and the... Oh, jeez. Pip, go ahead with the Y again. Just go ahead. Oh. You guys are ridiculous. I love you all very, very much. Y'all are crazy. We're waiting on Civ to get back. Let's tell another creepy story. Oh, nope. Nope, we got it. This is called... Not even gonna attempt that. Can I download it? Is there a way to download this? Digital downloads and streaming audio. Nope, not that one. I'm here at 2 a.m. I just coughed up some blood. That's not healthy. Pip. Oh. Yeah, this does look a lot creepier. I'm not gonna lie to you. Is there a way to... Do I have to sign up to... I'll have to buy the disc, huh? I'll buy it if I have to. How much? $4.98. I'll add to my cart. I'll buy this for you guys. Please select. What's zone 1 through 4? What is... Oh, I gotta buy it. It's on iTunes. Sorry. That's okay. How about I play it from the website now until I figure out how to get the MP3s from buying it? I wish I could give it to you. Can I play it from the website? Is that okay? I wish I could give it to you. That's okay. But the label are dicks. Yes. That's fine. This is Samus. Is the band Samus? Or Dizango? Samus. Alright. The album is Dizango. Pause this. Let's see what this sounds like. Samosa Dizango. This is Bad Cabbage. Samus. I'm just gonna try and sleep. I guess my question is, how much blood do you cough up? Was it bright red or was it dark red? And you should probably be talking to a doctor. Check out track 2, it's creepy as hell. Hey, Crip 6. I was just talking about you. We're playing Civ's band. This is Samus. I gotta put up a new... Yeah, remove that one. Hang on. Here we go. Hey, Crip 6, is there a way that I can download your music and put it on my channel? And I'll play it in the background, and if people ask, I can tell them where they can get it on iTunes or whatever. Not a lot. It was a lip streak and some spit, nothing to worry about. I just coughed too hard, I guess. But blood's not, whatever. Chappy, I just sent your card via Twitter message. Oh, that's awesome. Haha. Hey guys, check out this card that Hope just sent me. It says, happy birthday, Chappy, from Hope, a.k.a. Strength. I'm shaky. I dig that, Hope. I can email you some tracks. I don't have it at the moment. 10-4, you can email me at creepychappy@yahoo. My email address is so 1997. I understand that. Pretty sure it's Creepy Chappy. Let me see. Is that what it's... I just heard something. I'll be right back. Like a sound I didn't like. Sorry about that. I'm not one to flash firearms around people. I apologize. I really heard like a crashing noise in my living room. Went out there and everything was nice and quiet and in place. My mail. Yes. My email address is creepychappy @yahoo. I'll put that in the... If you guys got any music that the band allows me to play on the channel, if I have to buy the album, I will, as long as if I'm allowed to play it. No one was harmed in the making of this stream. No, they were not. But I do live in Texas, and I understand how some people feel about gun laws. But I am ex-military, and I fully embrace my amendments. So, I don't play around. People don't want to break into my apartment. I'm a good shot. With that being said, let's continue on with the creepy stories. What was cool? What did Hope do? What do you guys think of the card I made? Hey, let me show this again. Super awesome card. I love this. There we go. If my dang camera would focus. She's even got the little smile down there. And the bat's flying up there. That's super awesome. That'll be tomorrow's icon. I like it. Anyways, I was listening to this song. I dig the music, Civ. I really do. Can you guys hear it? I don't know if it's too quiet. I mean, I can't have it too loud because then I can't talk, and my mic is quiet. Sorry about that. Nice. I think the singer programmed the drums. He wrote the guitar. Programmed the drums. Programmed the drums and wrote the guitar. But yeah, like I was saying, any music that you guys, if y'all the guys know bands and you want to hear their music on the channel, make sure it's okay with the band. It'd be better if a band member was in here to say yes. The link I sent. Who is this? David. Can we play GeoGuessr? Oh man, you and GeoGuessr. Ritual. I'll have to check that out after the stream. I don't know if I'm allowed to play it. But yeah, So, with that being said, let's continue on with some creepy stories. Because that's why... Oh, someone texted me. Gents, if you go to XTO job, remove the truck has a trailer. Please remove it. What? All of our trucks have hitches. And most of us don't have keys to our hitches. And now they're saying remove the trailer hitches from their trucks. From Temecula, California. Anyways. Oh yeah, I was going to see how many people we had. 14. That's pretty awesome. We dropped a couple. They saw my gun and ran. This one's called Train. I can drive with the trailer. I'm on mobile though. I can't hear the music. Oh, can you guys hear the music? It's kind of in the background. Hey, Go Fish. Who else is here? 13 of you. 12, 11 of you. Nope, nope, no musica. No, just barely, barely. Well, I mean, it is, I can't play it too loud. Louder, damn it! Because I tend to be quiet. I'm two people. I've been hiding. Hee hee. If you guys want links to any of this music, here is the here's Sib's band, and I already lost the link for your first band, Driving By. Let me find it again. This one. This is the first. This is the first album I played. If y'all are interested in playing those, I am. If I turn off my phone, I'll be one. Anyways, get that large B off my screen. And this is called Train. I think I posted the link. No, I don't think I did. Yeah, I did. I posted it way up there. The record gave us $5,000 to make the album, and we bought weed with it and recorded the album ourselves. That's pretty awesome. Guess what? We're at 2 hours. I'm going to turn this music up and let you guys listen to some. I'm going to go smoke a cigarette and make sure everything's kosher outside. And since I don't have my conceal, I won't be taking this with me. So... $12.20, baby shark. No. So much nope. Nope. You want track 2 to be played again? I'll replay that one for you. Oh, this is track 2. No, this is track 3. I'll replay track 2. Here we go. I'm going to turn it up right now. We'll be right back. Hello. David Capslow. Oh man, you're crazy. Mike. I think maybe my microphone heard the music and wanted to try to. We did this on a 808. Mike's chugging. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. I liked it enough to buy. Choppy Chappy. Good old Choppy Chappy. Everybody loves Choppy Chappy. Oh, we do have some ladies left. We have Pip and Cougar Blue. Very Choppy Chappy. I think I fixed it by now, didn't I? Give me a thumbs up if it's fixed. Thank you. Chappy. Happy Chappy. Alright, guys. I understand some of you may not be fans of this music, but I'm just getting it out there. You know, bands need recognition too. If you like this channel, please share with your friends. I don't know. It's what up. Whatever. So Happy Chappy. Simply Shannon, still here. Yeah, we're just lagging. It's fine. I was going to make a joke about my internet being really fast and y'all's being super slow, but I don't know, that's probably not the case. Let's do a speed test. I wonder what I am at right now. Speed test. net. Put on Jeepers Creepers. It's public domain. Probably is. Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers Creepers. Alright, here we go. Oh, I'm chugging right now. I mean, it's not bad. Here, I'll share this with y'all if y'all are interested. Because now I think I'm just showing off. Window capture. Window capture. It's Firefox. There we go. Let's try this again. Go. Oh, it's slowing down. It was 600 megabytes a second ago. It's 500 megabytes now. It's usually a gig. And then my upload sucks at like 40 or 50. 42? 41? Everybody uses the speed test. It's wonderful. Hit 50. Come on, hit 50. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, I guess I'm very happy with it. It's pretty good. Should make a Chappy. Oops. Sorry, guys. Oh. Hey, is everybody still here? I'm so sorry. Hit the wrong button. My apologies. Oops. Yeah, oops. Hey, we still got 12 people. Should I make a Chappy a cake in the shape of Burt's Bees chapstick? I'm going to do one of my own. I'll send you a screenshot. Coca-Cola is so good. Yeah, I'm back. Don't hit Alt F4 when you don't know what you're hitting Alt F4 on, because why is that still there? We're going to close that. That's what we wanted to do. Coke's the best with Bacardi. Anyways, we still playing music? I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, we are. Who's pumping Estrada? Don't do coke, kids. It's a bad joke. This thing's already blocked 247 ads. I don't know how true that is, but I'm going to go ahead and say sure. Anyways, this is Train, because I meant to hey Doggo, what's up, buddy? Doggo works with me on nights at Cud, and he hopefully doesn't have anything to do, and he's gonna chill out with us for a while. Sniff. Aw, that's terrible. Yup, I'm hardcore. I'm hardcore, man. We got 11 people. We're losing folks, and we're gaining a couple more. It's okay. It's whatever. It's how this channel goes. This is the story I'm doing because I said I was going to do it earlier, and then I got sidetracked, and whatever. Anyways. I don't know if y'all heard that, but oh, man. How do I change that to megabytes? I don't like kilobytes. How much is 2723 kilobytes or 2643 kilobytes into megabytes? Is that like 2 megs? What's the story again? It's Train. I just posted the link right there. I'm not sure if you got that or not. Stuff. There exists a curious legend among the people of South Africa. Although somewhat obscure now, it was prevailed prevalent during the 19th century colonization of Africa, which saw the construction of railways across the countryside for the transport of workers. This is a legend of the witch trains, ordinary looking trains, but shafted by the debased servants of a powerful being, generally thought to be a witch, or sometimes even thought to be multiple witches. These trains would appear to people traveling along at night in the countryside and take them aboard, never to be seen again. This was far from the full extent of the machinations of being that controlled the trains, who will henceforth be referred to as the witch. If this guy keeps using big words, I am not going to read this. But more on that later. Although the activity of the witch and her trains has subsided as of late, there is one witch train still roaming, still waiting to return to the witch's house. Seeking out this train is difficult and will take some time. The rails themselves are not mapped, so prepare a rucksack for a long day's journey and to carry what you will be bringing back. On the first or last day of any month, this is the most conducive to the likelihood of the rails appearing. Travel by any means to the town of Carisburg in South Africa. When the sun has gone down, begin walking in any direction between north and southeast of the town. It may be advisable to prepare some sort of self-protective gear for traveling the South African countryside at night. But be warned, once you reach your destination, whatever protective items or weapons you bring will not be any use against what you will encounter there. Keep walking until you find the railroad track. Inspect it carefully to ensure that it is not merely an ordinary track. The track you are looking for will be in excellent condition, and if you look closely, the ground beneath the track will be completely undisturbed. There should be no difference between the ground beneath the track and nearby uncovered ground. Walk in the direction along the track. It should take no longer than an hour to reach the destination. In stark contrast to the track, the station is a hovel. You will find a few small buildings completely deserted, and all but one has been burnt to the ground. The one that remains standing is blackened, rickety wooden shack, though the single front door appears brand new. A sign nails across it reads, "Staff only." I burped. Yeah, I'm reading a story. Let's look on Messenger while I read a story. 62 megabytes a second, 35 down. That's pretty good. That's really good. I just pay a lot of money for gigabyte speed. For no other reason than to download my porn like that. That's terrible. I'm going to stop talking and just read. The older days of the station would have been actually had staff. The station hasn't been burnt either. The witch trains didn't just stop abducting people on their own volition. Volition? Volition. It's volition. Your internet's OP. Try tart. I swear to God, I thought that said fart. And then I had to reread it, and it said tart. I'm going to stop reading, y'all. The witch trains didn't just stop abducting people from their own volition. The train you were looking for will stop here for you soon. But to make proper use of what you need, something of the staff room, no matter what you try, the door will not open for you. But unfortunately, the witch gave no special treatment to the walls, trusting them by themselves, along with her staff, to keep intruders out. They are barely burned and worn. A good kicking at any wall should provide an entrance. The staff room is completely bare, save for a few equipment closets along the walls. Search them thoroughly. Most will contain generic 19th century mechanical equipment,
not worth taking, but one will contain a silver control rod for a gearbox. This control rod will be easy to find. It glows, yet curiously, it provides no illumination of any kind at all, save for itself. No matter how dark the environment is, this is what you need. Take it and wait outside. Now wait however long it takes. Eventually, you will see a decrepit old passenger train come trundling up to a stop in front of you. The train attendant will open the door for you. The train usually employs both white and black workers, but regardless of the skin color, he will wear an extremely worn and filthy train staff uniform. He will stare at you, decidedly vacant eyes for a moment, and you will very likely feel a sudden, acute sense of discomfort. You will be right to feel this way. The stare is intense, yet there is no one behind those dull eyes. The man will say no word, or say one word. Return. The tone will be odd. Sound odd. As a statement. I gotta learn how to read. Yet there will be the faintest hint of a query in the sound of it. This is because the man's speech isn't meant to be a query. In the past, the man and his fellow staff would, upon stopping and opening the doors for them, ask unfortunate travelers in South Africa countryside, single or return. If you were to answer the attendant with return, you would be taken on the train and ferried to a far distance along the countryside before being brutally beaten by the train staff and thrown off. This is the same for any others who would have been encountered by this train. Any other answer will simply result in him repeating his question until you give one of the expected answers. The other expected answer you can give, of course, single. However, fortunately for you, the train and its staff no longer have means to carry their programmed responses to the answer. This is why that part of their dialogue has been removed from their usual protocol. If you answer with this, the attendant will simply stare at you and do nothing until you give another response. This is where the control rod you have comes in. Without a word, produce it and hand it to the attendant. His face will not have any reaction to this, but I can assure you that if he had even the remote capacity for emotion, he would be profound relief to see it. He will suddenly take the rod and step off the train to walk briskly over to the conductor's car. When he does this, simply climb aboard the train and close the door. Nobody will hinder you now. The attendant will not return to his car. It's a standard passenger car with rows of wooden seats along the walls. Everything thickly coated in dust and worn by centuries of age and neglect. The doors to the other cars, as well as the windows, are boarded up. You must spend the whole journey here. But worry not, it's a short trip. There is nothing to see outside the windows anyways. Sit and wait. You will soon feel the train start to move. The journey will be short, however, it is unlikely that any other you have ever taken. The train crosses more than just land. Indeed, it crosses more than space. But not dwell on that right now. You will not feel anything disturb the transition, nor will you feel anything when the train arrives at the destination. However, it is extremely important that you do not open the door until you are absolutely certain that the train has arrived. The transition is lethal to unprotected human life. To tell if the train has arrived, first wait 10 minutes. This is the longest it will take to enter the transition. Then periodically tap on the boarded up window with your finger. A hollow knocking sound will indicate that you have arrived, whereas your finger produces a dull thud if you are tapping against a completely solid object. You have not arrived yet. Disembark as soon as you get there and you are sure the train has reached its destination. As you step off the train, you will find yourself on a barren, rocky plain surrounded by a thick mist. Probably the first thing you'll notice is a large number of rotting human bones scattered across the area. The witch, in its activities on Earth, made a large number of servants. It also made a larger number of enemies. The bones that profane the grounds here belong both camps. The battle that made such a necropolis of this place is also the reason for the abrupt disappearance of the witch trains, and new reports of them. A short distance away, not obscured by the mist, you will see a dilapidated church of white stone. Staying close to the edge of the fog, but very careful not lose sight of the church, make your way there. This part is important. You must keep a close eye on the church, for you will soon see a small crowd emerge from it and start approaching the train. These are more of her servants. As soon as you see them, immediately run into the fog as far as you dare, but do not lose sight of the church. This place is not a natural part of our world, and consequently, the geometry of the land is abnormal. If you proceed in, what you may see, like a straight line as far into the fog, reversing your direction, will not bring you back. And in this way, it is too easy to become hopelessly lost there. Just checking the music. Sorry. So do not lose sight of the church. Wait in the fog as the servants go past. They all wear the same worn-out train uniforms. They all wear the same utterly vacant expression on their faces. Do not let this fool you, though. If they catch you trespassing on her land, they will tear you apart with a phantasm and strength no human could match. Once they reach the train, they will stay there. This is the first time it has been here for over a century. Proceed to the church at this point, but stay close to the fog just in case. Approach the white church and take note of the damage. The walls are abnormally scorch marks and bullet holes. I'm sorry, the walls are adorned in scorch marks and bullet holes. David. Caps. More of the skeletons of the witch's servants and enemies surround the church and are scattered amongst the floors and aisles of the nave inside. As you will see through the blasted front doors, you won't end up like these skeletons at this point. All of the witch's servants in this place have gone to the train and will stay there. The people who attacked this place made sure to destroy the witch's means of re-entering our world, such as the train and the control rod for activating the transition. As her servants will be hard at work investigating the train you have brought here, but do not worry. If you do this correctly, you should be able to return back to the train and the control rod before the witch can make use of them once more. Enter the church and proceed through the nave to the doors behind the altar. Muster up the courage and determination here. Perhaps prepare for something like a rag to cover your face with. The reports I have on this church do not indicate a good ventilation of the next hallway. When you are ready, enter. The dim light of the hallway will illuminate the carpet on the half-decayed corpses across the floor. On the walls, you will see sources of dim lights, small globes wired in the distended mouths of rows of mutilated heads attached to the bizarre machinery set into the walls. Unlike the previous areas, most of these bodies belong to her enemies, not servants, ambushed and slaughtered here when they tried to make their way to confront the witch herself. Walk as quickly as you can through the hall while being careful not to trip. There is certainly no need to take your time here. You may notice a few of the light globes are dark. Consider the bearers of those lights extremely lucky. For the truth is that these light globes are powered by the electrical signals in the brains of these heads, kept alive by an arcane machinery that supports them. Try not to dwell on this too much of their faiths. You should save your mental fortitude for the trials ahead, and do not attempt to turn any more of these lights off. The witch is coming very soon, and if you do not escape, many more in our world, including you, will end up like this. My information on this place is based on the accounts of a few who have attacked it over the century ago and managed to escape. Thus, I cannot give you details on what you will find beyond this forsaken hallway. But I know that among the things that you should carry, or you should find in the library, a door of the same luminous silver of the train's control rod, with a crucifix set in it, and a pool of blood. Avoid the door for now. The pool of blood at all cost. Instead, enter the library. Most of the books here are worthless, except for one set, which should be in the centerpiece of the library. Though these ancient books are penned in Hebrew, their place is marked by a sign in English reading, "The Annals of the Connection of the Thrones of God," or simply, "The Annals of the Connection." In layman's terms, the odd phrase refers essentially to telepathy. These are what you're looking for. Before you end your There we go. Before the end of your journey, you, one way or another, will be able to read Hebrew and many other languages. However, it is advisable that you use your discretion in reading these books, should you ever so choose. Aside from instruction on the creation and control of servants that the witch uses, these books talk about the precise nature of origins of the connection of the thrones of gods, the universe of the God, and the other deities of the universe. It also details the origin of our species and what we are all and what we are to these beings. These things are explained in as much detail as the human mind or the mind of any other being of this dimension is capable of conceiving. And it is reported that an alarming majority of those who have read these texts were unable to reconcile themselves with the bleak truth of our existence, and would suffer insanity or depression at least, often committing suicide. Carefully consider your life and look out before you seek the knowledge in these texts. The other copies of these books were destroyed a long time ago by the witch, as well as others like her, along with most of the people in the world who naturally had telepathic connection. These people made up a large part of the witch's enemies who attacked her here. Take these books and leave now. It will not be long before the witch emerges from her slumber. Yet there is one more sacrifice you must make to facilitate your escape. Find the room with the silver crucifix set in the door and steel yourself, for this will not be pleasant. Open the door. The room is pitch black, but you can clearly see the machinery surrounding the chained, furiously screaming man inside. All of it in the same silver of the non-illuminating glow. Try to find something to hold on as this man tried to find something to hold on to as this man, cut off for so long, forces his mind upon you. Your head will feel like if it's being squashed like a balloon about to burst as the man with the connection transfers to you. It will feel like years, but it will only take seconds before it's done. The man will thankfully die from the strain, making him one less person left behind on your conscience. But you will want to take your time to process all of this, as the knowledge and outright changes to your brain will be unimaginable. But you don't have a moment. You must run now. If you pass the pool of blood on your way out, you will notice that it's bubbling. The witch is emerging. Run to the hallway and prepare yourself for the hardest part. This hallway was created by the connection in which they have attacked this place. All the people now set into the walls have been subjected to unthinkable horrors before being forced inside their minds by destruction of all 5 of their senses. But with a connection with you, upon entering the hallway, feel all their ghastly thoughts inside their mind. This is why the witch did this, to weaken the connection at this hallway and torment thoughts of these people. You're making me a gift? I appreciate that, Buttercup. As so to defeat them more easily. As hard as it will be, you must focus yourself on running through this hallway. Once you are out, you will be fine. But you must get out quickly. Get to the train, where her servants will still be. As long as she is not nearby, you can now use the connection to force your will upon them, preventing them from attacking you, but not for long. Quickly enter the conductor's car on the train, and use your will to control the rod in the same way to make your escape from this place. If you successfully escape, what you will do with your newfound talents and books is entirely up to you. As mentioned before, you now have the capability to read the Hebrew language of the annals and other languages. There are many people who will offer incredible sums of money for the annals of connection, as well as unthinkable gifts, many of which will sicken you with degradation. Many more people will hunt you for the annals, as well as simply what you are now. Most likely, you will not be able to predict what you will do, as you will surely be a different person at the end of this journey. So at the very least, you should hope that you can adapt to your new life quickly enough before it can overwhelm you. Hey, who wants to go to South Africa with me? I like that story. I like how-tos. Great, now I'm going to have the witch's thoughts inside my head. Her saying something like, don't come here. We got 14 people in here. Slept well, Chappy. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? I hadn't seen you in a while. Hi. I've only been streaming for 25 minutes this time. It's 8:43. I'm supposed to take my sleeping pills because we're going to end the stream soon. Well, I mean, whatever, my sleeping pills kick in. Oh yes. Chappy, 24-hour stream. No way. Not for a little while, at least. Crisscross will make you jump. You're ridiculous, bro. What's my hair doing? I just washed it, and it's being weird. Focus. Oh, it's real big now. LOL. Well, I mean, I take Aleve PM, and what's the other one? This is the one I normally like to take. Advil PM. Sexy hair. Yeah, it is. Maybe. Daddy Mac will make you. Nope. Sites and Rituals. I like that one. Never should have cured my tinnitus. Jesus 2.0. When I was 7, my best friend was a girl named Eva. I know why my childhood friend disappeared. These aren't how-tos. Oh, rites and rituals. Bump, bump. Don't dream it, be it. Holly Jolly Christmas. Want to hold your hand. Someone has made it an annual tradition. Amputate a part of my body. Listening. The hidden webpage. else we got? How do I take off my skin? Why do fools fall in love? I found a forum for dead people. Psychic built me a soulmate. Restoration. I was a Christmas elf. Heavensville. A very special Christmas supper. There's a lot of Christmas ones. My local Costco has a secret basement. I really like that last story, and I want stories like that. Chappy, why are you so nice? I don't know, because maybe I'm a jerk at work. No, I was I was working on the supervisor's computer today, and I was standing there and just clicking away, like trying to get things to read properly, because that's part of my job, is to get signals from out on the equipment through the cable onto the computer screen. And the engineer, this Indian guy, we transmit also to him so he can send reports out. Well, I'm sitting here doing work and I'm clicking away and I'm trying to do things, and the treater, the guy calling the job, is talking to me. And the engineer just kept, "You gonna fix my stream? I need you to fix me." He's all crowding me and like trying, "Bud, you need to sit your ass down. I'm doing something." And the treater looked at me and he kind of laughed. And he goes, "That's how you talk to him?" I'm like, "I'm sorry. I don't try to be an a-hole, but I'll get you in a second. I will, I promise. I got to do my job first." And, no, so Chappy's a jerk at work sometimes. Oh. No, I made a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air joke on my cake day at Reddit. It was really funny. I don't know if I can find it. It was pretty funny. I was kind of proud of it. Comments, yeah. Whatever. I don't care. I met the Rat King, Dead Arm, the Swing. I always hated dolls. Good night, precious. Better watch out. Better not cry. So many freaking Halloween ones. Christmas. Chappy is a sweet person. What did Civ say? Mr. Rogers? Who, me? Chappy, you're my favorite YouTuber. Well, I appreciate that. Chappy, I wish you were my next door neighbor. Oh. Chappy, I will send you email. I will look for it. Hey, we got 15 people in here. If you guys want to email me, I have the most 1999 email address. creepychappy@yahoo.com. I do believe that's my email address.
I found a laptop connected to the deep web.
I watched it when I was a kid. So creepy. So creepy, much spook. I love those. I heard a doom. Is it time for a cigarette yet? That's why I said LOL.
What are you talking about, David? Mr. Rogers rules. You guys are going nuts right now. I cannot follow y'all. Oh. Artifacts and objects, maybe? Oh yeah, I remember this one. My family's never been high class. My dad's drunk, constantly out of work. He yells more than he talks. The empty apartment. The curse of luck. Everyone attack Chappy. Go. I got a gun. I will shoot. It's over there. I like to keep it away from me. Smack. Thwack. Ugh. Ugh. Don't attack me. I know karate. Who did 2 spook for me? Thank you so much, Pip. I used to do that in Nathan's channel. Chappy, I sent you an email.
There was no dog whatsoever. There was not even church membership.
This is cute, guys. Not really something you want for a creepy channel, but I enjoy it all the same. Kitty for my favorite YouTube channel. Oh yeah, PewDiePie's might make hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I get kitty cat pictures. What? My hair's a mess right now. Oh, Fish is leaving? Sadly, I have to go and get ready for bed. You all have a wonderful night today. Go Fish, you know you could, they make these devices called phones, and you could just do this. I don't know how many times my phone has fallen on my face. Chappy, you bring my heart joy. Well, I'm happy. That pleases the Chappy. Gotta brush the hair. Yes, it is as soft as it looks. We're still playing this album. Did we start over? No, we're almost done though. That's a long album. Do you have a forehead scar? Yeah, I've got a few of them. Got one there where a door hit me. Bam! That sucked. That's kind of recent. And then one there when I was a kid. And then I got scars there. You can see that one. And then there. I got scars on my legs. I got scars everywhere. Scars on my arms and hands and too many scars. Oh goodness. That's what she said. I don't know what that noise was. Oh, why do I do that? I got too many windows open. The unopenable wooden box. I don't know. I just have to. I like the rituals ones. Let's go back to rituals. Put your finger in there. In the air. In the air. Great laugh. Yeah. Boop the box. Boop. I never should have cured my tinnitus. Burning down the house. That feels like a song. I know why my childhood friend disappeared. Go Fish, Chappy. Sad to leave. You're a great friend. Have a good night. Aw. I'm a creepy channel. I shouldn't be saying aw. I wanna hold your hand. I don't know if I want to hold your hand though. What else we got? Back in 2012, I went to Las Vegas for a couple weekends to blow off some steam.
is UHF. Yes, it is. It's ridiculous. Ha ha. Pee Wee Herman. Was it something like that? Where are my glasses at? Where are my deal with it glasses? There they are. Deal with it. I love these glasses. I might look ridiculous in them, but I love my glasses. It kind of sucks looking at computer screens with those things on because you can't. You gotta do that. Hope retracted her message. Oh yes. What's up with this dude up here? This guy. Afraid of the cool shades. Oh, I said afraid, and it's aha, cool shades, Chappy. David Chappy is gonna make us drink from the fire hose. Fan art. Hope you like it. I'm gonna send it in 5 minutes. Awesome. I like when people let me use their music in my streams and make me art. You guys can learn a lesson. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say that word. Oubliette. My local Costco. Nah. The Laughing Prophets. Our roommate joined a cult, putting an end to the psychic knock game. My experience with the psychic knock game. I played the psychic knock game, and now I'm the only one left. Don't play the psychic knock game. The psychic knock game. 1,000 origami cranes. Gee, that was like 5 stories about the knock game. The Bethesda cult. Never use cheat codes on a Ouija board. Ha! I'm clicking on that one. Oh, it's a video. No, it's not. Yeah, it's 11 minutes. Alright. Ouch, Buttercup, sorry. I broke my hip. I hope I get better soon. Ow, how'd you break your hip, Buttercup? Oh, it's like, I couldn't imagine breaking your collarbones. It's just oubliette. French for to forget. Did I say that right? Also a person only acceptable via a prison only acceptable via hatch on a high ceiling. Oh, but dang, that word hurt. That would hurt. Yeah, breaking your hip. I emailed you, if that's okay. It sure is. Any of you guys can email me. David, you can stop sending me naked pictures, though. Yo. What up? I'm just making it more easy for people to stalk me. E-stalk me. Nope, Chappy. Alexander is a place where you put someone to forget about them. I hope I get better. Please pray for me. I fell on Cat's toy mouse and hit the floor hard. I didn't even have medicine. There are more. Great. I just increased the frequency of which David's going to send me his nude pictures. Like, I get it, David. I can just look down if I want to see a sad... Never mind. Hey. Green tea. Getting ready for work. Anybody want some blue cheese? Oh, I have pizza in the fridge. I'm going to make me a piece of pizza. I'll be right back. I'll take my phone with me.
Did you just Ninja Turtle me? Chappy in a half shell. We're nuking the pizza right now. I'm so happy. Yeah, so here's never use cheat codes on a Ouija board. But we're gonna hang on until my pizza's done. So I can Chappy, where do you live? In Texas. Chappy in the F-bomb. Did I drop the F-bomb? I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be good. Did someone use the F-bomb? I don't like the F-bomb. I drop it every now and then on accident. Oop, be right back. I can hear it. I don't know if you can, but I can hear it. There is something I say when I'm mad. I once asked a Ouija board if Donald Trump would be president jokingly. It said yes. Oh, y'all heard the sizzle. We're going to try blue cheese, maybe? Now we're going to get the ranch. Chappy's F-bomb is food. Ha! I do have uno mas pizza left. Chappy, I sent you an email. Bam. Can y'all see that? Deal with it. I think David's going into food coma or something. Wow, this song's 14 minutes long, Civ. It is 1 minute, 6 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 2 minutes, 8 minutes, 10, and 14. Micro Machines. 420 time. Ranch pizza. Shit, stick it right in there. It's 9 o'clock. I'm just eating. This is so bad. Many people in the stream. I do want to read the story, so I'm going to do that now. But I got to kill the lights. I don't know why microwave pizza is really good. Cougar. You're so silly. All right, here we go.
Never use cheat codes. How do you say that again? My brain just went boop. How do you say that? My brain just shut off. Jesus, what's wrong with me? There it is. My brain just... Never use cheat codes on a Ouija board. A Ouija board. Ouija? A Ouija? Ouija board? Ouija, I think. Right? That sounds right. I don't know. I'm losing people by the second now. I'll remember it. In my hometown, there is a unique shop of oddities called Hexworks that I frequent. It is an old world place. I can't read this right now. My brain just went boop. I'm sorry, guys. I suck right now. I'm not even high. Yeah, does that ever happen to y'all? And you just look at a word and you're like, why can't I say that word? It just happened with Ouija board. Let's see if I can read another one. I don't know why my brain just does that sometimes. Maybe I need pizza. I might go back to that one. I want to read it. No, I don't think it was. It used to happen to me a lot when I was younger. It doesn't happen as much now. I don't think it was the roofies. I take those all the time. Haha. Maybe a nine cat. Wait. Oh, it doesn't. It won't do it. We're 9 minutes into this 14-minute song. We'll get there. I remember the word I couldn't read. We're going to try to go back to it. No. Too long right now. Yeah, way too long. Yeah, whatever. We'll go back to it tomorrow. We're going to read Never Use Cheat Codes on a Ouija board tomorrow. Roofie. Oh, I get it.
I don't like to talk with food in my mouth that often. Alexander just dropped a heart on us. That's a heart on. Heart on. You. Alexander has a heart on. Aw. I don't know. I rated an 11. So anyways. Yeah, I think we're done with stories right now. I just can't read. It's fine. I might have to go have a cigarette. Or finish. Do I finish the last pizza? Pizza? Pizza. It's Pizza Hut, so it's not pizza. It's piece of pizza.
What you guys think?
Fluster padded. Cigarettes are bad, okay? Cigarettes are bad, okay? You rock, Chappy. Or you rock, hugs, Chappy. I just read that in the only way I wanted to. You can't run, though. Don't run, because you're hip. But I do accept hugs as form of payment. As service rendered. Smoke. What if I go smoke and heat up the last piece of pizza? That's a good idea. But put on some Burt's Bees. It's good for you. See, it says Burt's Bees right there. It's got 2 little bees on there. You see them? Where they at? Oh, there they are. Peekaboo. I'm a little buzzy bee. I don't want to hurt you, but if I stab you, I'll die. Oh, there's something wrong with me. Now, guys, Holly, you leaving us? You can't leave. I'm not allowing you to. I don't know if that's how that works. We still got 14 people here. That's amazing. Your chappiness, please, Chappy. Don't stab anyone. Alright. I'm gonna go Smoky Smoke. I'm gonna play Civ's other band while I do that. Drive in by. And oh, what's that? Is the other one done? Is it done? It's almost done. I can wait 45 seconds. Chappy, I made you art. That is super cute. Let's see if y'all can see that. Chappy, I made you fart. Oh, that's what that was. That is very awesome. Thank you very much, Buttercup. You're good people. I don't care what anybody says about you. So here's driving by. I gotta put this. Where did that go? We're gonna remove that one for now. And we're gonna put that. Oh man, I gotta resize it again. Oh man, come on. Oh, that's right. I gotta add it. Image. And heart disease. Yeah, it does. Oof. Super big. Super number 1. So huge. If you guys like any of this music in my stream, please let Civ know. He's the guy that helped produce it. In the sense that, you know, he was in the band that made it. So I'm going to turn this up. I'm going to go burn a couple of pizza.
shots they rain.
Hey guys, what's up? Buenas noches. Hola. Hell yeah. Rock on, brother. Hells to the yeah. Anyways, let's see if I can read one more. I don't know. Do I have something for you? Game of the Shadow Man. This seems like fun. It's 8 minutes. We're gonna try this one out for size. Hola, chico. Night hope. Have a sweet dreams and all that. The Game of the Shadow Man. The Game of the Shadow Man is one of the earliest forms of demonic summoning rituals known in urban legend. Dating as far back as 1200 AD, the ritual has undergone many other titles, most popular being the Boogeyman Ritual, Satan's Shadow, or simply the Dark Summoning. Many forms of the summoning ritual have come and passed. Most resulted in more failures than results, while others simply passed into obscurity. This version, however, is one of the remaining few that yields results. This tutorial will act as your personal guide on how to perform the Game of Shadow Man. Before enacting the ritual, it is best noted by past reports that the summoner, you the reader in this case, must be first informed on what the Shadow Man is. To better understand what you're dealing with, the title Shadow Man is simply a description of what the being is, a tall, shadowy, humanoid figure. The true name of the creature is unknown, though through conversation with it, being tends to give a variety of names as it refers to itself. The most prominent name it calls itself is simply Shadow. Pizza. I remembered words. Heck yeah, new people. Fresh blood. I'm like a messed up teacher. The being is a tall, lanky figure appearing masculine in nature. Its skin, a purple gray, is referred to as rotting while alive in appearance. And its hair is a thick, ebony, black mess. It's always described as wearing a gray or black cloak that covers up everything but its head and hands. However, its hair always covers its eyes as well, making it impossible to see the figure, to see if the figure even has eyes. Furthermore, the nose is described as abnormally sharp, and the mouth is a wide, sharp-toothed smile with lips described as charred skin. The hands of the figure are tipped with a strange black ashy substance from the foremost bend of the finger to the tip, and it's sharpened to a pointed end. Now that the being has been identified, a ritualistic process can begin. There are 3 steps to the process: the preparation, the execution, and the resolution. First being the preparation. Rituals for dummies. Ritualistic summonings for dummies. Before the actual ritual can take place, certain forms of preparation must occur. First, acquire access to a decently sized room that, when closed off, will be completely dark. No light must be able to get into the room during the entirety of the ritual, else it will yield no results. Due to this, it is preferred to act during the darkest hours of the night for best results, is to give Shadow a place to access during the ritual. Second, grab a pencil and piece of paper, not a mechanical pencil, but a genuine number 2 wooden pencil. Take them both and draw out your best self-portrait. It seems that realism and details do not matter to the execution,
as even a simple stick figure yielding the same results. After you finish the picture, no matter how good it or bad it is, scratch out the eyes with the same pencil. Make it as thick and as dark as possible. Make sure the eyes are completely blotted out and cannot be seen. This is to allow the shadow to have form. As most claimers detail, it is very similar in appearance to themselves. Added to this, find any piece of clothing that you have worn for at least a month or so. I must mute Chappy. Why are you muting me? It's fine. So as to add another layer of formation of shadow, and sadly you will be losing this article of clothing in the process. If it's something that comes in pairs, use both. Third and finally, acquire 12 identical candles. This will be both your portal and defense against the shadow. Further details of how this will be used are explained later. Pizza. Now you've obtained the necessary items. It's time to begin the ritual. Start by going to the selected room and measuring out a space wide enough to perform with. The best way to test is to stick your arms out to your side and spin in a circle. If you hit nothing, or nothing gets in your way, you have enough room. It is okay before you begin to have a light in the room to see what you are doing. Begin placing your candles in a circle. Space you measured out, each spread out equally apart, and once they've been set, light them all. Now close off any light of the room. Make the room entirely sectioned off, just itself, with no outside connection. Go to your circle of candles, and using the ink, put out the fire on every other candle. For better reference, imagine the candles like a clock. Put out ones placed in a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 spots. This is the beginning of the ritualistic process. And instead, it reports this is the portal for shadows to enter through. If any moment you wish to back out, simply light up one of the dead candles. However, whatever you do not have more candles out than on. These candles are your one safety net. And if you make a mistake, it will not end well. Continuing forward, make sure you have your gloves and socks both on as an added layer of protection. Even with the candle circle, it is very important to have a layer of clothing as well. Take a pre-selected article of clothing you wish to use, set it in the middle of the circle, taking heed not to distort or destroy the circle, and staining with the remainder of ink. Following that, take your sharp object and cut a diagonal line from the top to the bottom. Once you have done that, slip the drawing you have made from earlier into the clothing. If it is not too small to fit inside, simply lay the drawing on top. Now burn it. Take the lighter and burn the drawing. You will need your sharp object for any other reasons afterwards. And as said before, your lighter can be used if you wish to back out during the ritual. However, if you back out, never attempt the ritual again. Now the next stage is one of the ritual. It's the one that requires the most direct influence. While the picture is burning, stand back and begin to think of one particular thing. Hate. Think of things you despise. Think of things you find horrid and disgusting. Things you would harm or kill over. Focus on those things. And all the while, say the word shadow. It's not so much chant, but you'll need to repeat the word over and over again. Slowly, the room around you will shift. It will turn from black to white to crimson and magenta. The air will seem ashy and stale, hard to breathe properly. And from the center of the candle circle, a figure will begin to rise. It's a shadow. of silence, even if it's already silence to begin with. It will only become even more so. Focus your attention on the shadow. This is where the final stage comes to play. If you have brought it into your realm, to make a deal with, so long as you're aware of everything, you and it both stay. You can converse as you please, but there's no penalty in conversation. You can talk for however long you would like, but the ultimate deciding factor is the deal it provides. You can have shadow for anything you desire, fame, fortune, or even murder. You can be as simple or descriptive as possible. However, you must be aware of what is said for both sides of the bet. Make sure anything you bet for and have to pay for is not a major harm to you. Follow your request. Shadow will raise its hand to you to shake in confirmation of the deal. As long as you have your gloves, do not worry. Take its hand. Before you even realize it, Shadow will have disappeared. The ritual will have been completed. While it may not come immediately, your reward will eventually be provided. But there's one more thing you must take care of. The gloves. Immediately strip them off and throw them into the circle. Set fire to them. Light all the candles on fire. Do anything you can to discourage your evidence. Shadow knows what you have done. But as long as you have destroyed the evidence, it cannot track you. From this point, you will have successfully won the game of the Shadow Man. You are free to live your life as you please, without fear of consequence. What you wish for will come to you naturally. If it was money, you will get bonuses and raises in your job unexpectedly. If it was fame, word of you will get around very quickly, and people will begin liking you and take a liking towards you overall. That being said, a few individuals may question something in this process. What would happen if you were to fail? If you retire the ritual after previous attempts, fail to step in execution, or did not get rid of the evidence, what will have happened? The details of the failure are blurry, mainly because not many people who failed are alive to tell the tale. However, there's been a few select reports, the details, what might just happen. It is said that when someone fails, the consequences are not immediately noticeable. It may start off as a voice or visual problem, but soon you will start to notice strange creatures or strange changes in your life, changes that will affect your mind. Most reports show some healthy people developing symptoms of schizophrenia and PTSD after failure. But the worst part is not during waking hours. This was only one report, but it is said that the dreams are something like a trip to hell. You can feel and hear it all. No further reports are known of those who have failed. All people who have failed were claimed dead no longer than a week after attempting the ritual. Chappy. What's up? You joining me? Why is my Wi-Fi not on? A robot Chappy. Chappy has a horror alien voice with his mic. Oh. Sorry.
Test. How far did you guys get into the story? The whole story. Oh, I think I know why. Because you're not supposed to hear the story. You're supposed to read it yourself. No dimples. What a twist. Chappy has cute dimples. Is the mic still messed up? La la la. No, it's not messed up anymore. Well, if y'all want to read that story, I'm not reading, or listen to that story. Read it. I'm not reading it again. Because maybe the Shadow Man does not want me to read his story. Yeah. Well, anyways, the pizza didn't want us to hear. Maybe the pizza came from the Shadow Man. That was just for my curiosity. I did get an eerie feeling when I was reading it, though. See, when I'm going to be closing, I'm going to be signing off here pretty soon. I've been going for far too long. You sent me something. No, 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 no. Get who mail got me. This is an awesome one, too. Trying to... Well, this is the best way to see it. Meow, 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 meow. Demon in the roof. Thanks for the streams. Thanks for the viewership. I appreciate you. I did find out that I won't be able to stream next month or the month after because I got jobs coming up. Just know that while I'm not streaming, I will be making monies. But I'll try to make up for that on my time off. So, basically, Angel. But basically, when I'm off from work, I will stream. Thanks for playing my music, Chappy. You rock, dude. No, you rock, dude. Dollar bills, y'all. Yeah, I'll go from making like 900 every 2 weeks to like $4,000 every 2 weeks. That's a big difference. And until YouTube can pay me that, I gotta keep doing this job. Nothing against you guys. I just miss big paychecks. $8,000 a month take home is really hard to pass up. I'm gonna do a stream for me sleeping. Guess what? I don't sleep. Oh, you sleep. I love your vids. I love you. You're awesome. No, it's Monday. My foot's asleep. Shh, don't wake it. Anyways, guys, I think we're gonna have to end the stream. What if I just did that to my hair? Just I don't know what kind of product I could use to make it stand up like that. But all of it, just all straight up. You start with your job. I mean, I already work for the company. We're just the new jobs are starting a few weeks, I think. Alexander, I feel like you're trying to say something. What are you trying to say, buddy? Love your vids. Thank you very much. I love that you guys come and support me. If I do a stream, YouTube will break. That's quite possibly true. Be like Kim Kardashian's rear end. You need a Tesla ball to do your hair? We're at around 1,300 hours watched, though, which is super awesome. And I'm at 220 subscribers. Elmer's glue? No, thank you. Oh, yeah, then to make my hair stand up like that. Yeah. Let's see how long it is. It's still, there we go. It's about that long. Ow. Oh, it's still, whatever. While sands a blow dry will make your hair stiff. White sands and a blow. Yeah, anytime I go out to the field, like today I went to the field, all the sand got in it, and I just washed my hair like not even a couple days ago. Probably like, yeah, it was probably a couple days ago. We have the same hairstyle, Chappy. That's kick ass, man. I keep unsubbing and resubbing, so you panic. I won't panic. I'm too lazy to cut it. I wouldn't mind to, like, probably reach down here or something and then donate it. But I still, it might have to go a little longer than that because I kind of dig long hair. So when I cut it off to donate it, I still have hair left over. That looked like a different color for a second there. But yeah, it's basically where I grow it because people in my family had cancer and stuff. Whatever. Do I have Skype? I do not. I can get it. I have Skype now. And of course, there's Skype for your phone, because why not? Haha, that's a brand, White Sands. Oh, I don't know what that is. have Skype now. It's installing, but it'll install fast. Oh, I used to have Skype for my phone. I think I've done interviews through Skype before. Creepy Chappy at yahoo.com already has an account. Let's go to Creepy Chappy. That's really weird. Did I already have a Skype account? There were no matching Microsoft accounts found with the information you provided. What? Okay. Country, USA. Verifying. 5814. No, I would not like emails. QKSRKVD. Maybe it's just another creepy Chappy. No, it fixed itself. I got it. Pictures. Nope. Downloads. Yeah. Where's my moniker? I'll have to add an image later. Test, test, test. Yep. I've got the Skypes. Gotta go, folks. XOXOXO to you guys. Good night, Angel. Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Everything you look, everywhere you do. There's a heart. There's a heart. A hand in total in two. Anyways, guys, I love you all. You're awesome people. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, I didn't know that they remade that Full House show. And the first episode was like had them all in there except for Michelle. And then they made a fourth wall joke at her. Kind of funny. Why did I do that? Ow, why did I do that? That was stupid. That was really stupid. Don't ever do that with your hair. Jesus. I was like, do. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night, everybody. Super sweet. Anyways, guys. Y'all have a good night. And if you ain't put the Burt's Bees on, just know I'm going to be by later to put it on. But don't you raise a fit, because I'll hurt you. Hee hee. Just kidding. Thanks for coming by. You guys are awesome. We're beesing now. Just kidding. Thanks, all mods. Exactly.
Okay.
Anyways, you guys rock. No, see if you rock. But once again, guys, if you find someone that has music and they want it to be played on my, I don't know what you call this channel. It's not really creepy, but me poorly reading stories channel. Yeah, like tell them to email me. And okay, yeah, I've got some videos to watch before I can go to sleep. So yeah, you guys are awesome. I love you all, and see you tomorrow. Good night. Peace.